The shooting in Midtown Manhattan is putting a renewed spotlight on a brain condition called CTE. The shooter left a note suggesting that his mental illness may be linked to developing CTE after he played football in high school. CTE is a brain condition that develops after repeated injuries to the head, usually over many years. A report from last year projects that 1/3 of former NFL players suspect they have the disease. The NFL first acknowledged a link between the condition and football in 2016. Neurologist Dr. Leah Kroll joins me now. Good to see you again, Dr. Kroll. So first, explain more about CTE. What exactly is it? How does it form? And why is it such a concern for football players?
Vicki, great to see you again as well. So CTE stands for chronic traumatic encephalopathy. As you said, this is a progressive neurodegenerative brain condition that happens from repeated blows to the head over time. Essentially, what happens is this results in a buildup of a bad protein called tau in the brain, and that causes neuronal cell damage and all sorts of dysfunction, both cognitively and behaviorally for these patients. And a big part of the problem with CTE is that we cannot diagnose it in someone who's still alive. We actually need an autopsy to make that formal diagnosis. So that's a big barrier in terms of research and understanding how best to treat these patients.
That actually is something the shooter requested in his note. Walk us through some of the symptoms. I mean, the stats are really startling that 1/3 of former NFL players believe they have CTE.
It is really startling. So in terms of cognitive symptoms, it can look a little bit like a dementia over time, memory changes, issues sort of in planning and organizing yourself. Behaviorally, people can develop mood swings, depression, impulsive or aggressive, even violent behavior. Suicidality can be part of this as well. And then there can also be symptoms related to movement where people can have difficulties with walking and coordination.
And I'm seeing that it used to be called punch drunk syndrome that was first identified in boxers. As you mentioned, it's something that may develop from repeated blows to the head. Tell us about how people can protect themselves. A lot of viewers have kids who are playing, sports where they do, even soccer, you're doing headers, right? There's no helmet in soccer, but are there ways to prevent getting CTE?
There absolutely are, and this is such an important take-home point, I think, for anyone who's a parent that might be watching. Right now, this is really an issue that young kids, coaches, people involved in athletics for kids are taking seriously. So I always encourage parents when they talk to me to check in with the coach, the gym teacher, whoever's involved in the sports that their kid is interested in, and ask what the protocols are around CTE prevention. How do they respond to a concussion? What are the rules for allowing the athlete to return to play? Being conservative is so worth it. Situation, it's just not worth the risk.
Yeah, you want to have your brain for the rest of your life and you want it working well. Dr. Leah Kroll, thank you so much. We appreciate it. You're watching NBC News Daily.